Hey guys, Steve from Gym Hub. In this short video, I wanted to, share a little bit of insight around how to successfully and happily run a successful gym, but also have a bit of work-life balance. I'm in the car coming back from some exercise and a coffee with a friend who's in a startup for a tech company. He's really torn between putting in those hours and making those sacrifices that are required to be successful, but also finding a balance where he can spend sufficient time and quality time with his family. And a couple of things that I've used in the past. I'm married 15 years in November. I've got 2 kids and I've got interests outside of the gym. As you guys might already know, I own a gym. I work in my gym on Mondays, but I also have a second business, which is Gym Hub Mentoring, and we work with over 30 fitness businesses around the country. So like you, I sometimes feel busy. Like you, I sometimes, check myself to see whether I am actually happy, and if I am actually getting the right balance between successfully, making a good revenue, providing for my family, but also being present and being with the family. So a couple of quick tips and things that I would encourage you to consider if you feel like your scales of work and life balance might be a little bit out at the moment. So the first one is, be okay with being unavailable and saying no. So what I mean by that is, if you've sort of had a busy day at work, you need to be okay with actually turning your phone off for an hour, spending an hour with your partner, spending an hour just with your own thoughts. Like one of the two is okay. Emails, phone calls, anything that you miss for that hour or two while you're spending it with loved ones is not that urgent that it's going to burn the doors down. It can be handled later. So I think what's really important is just being okay with saying no and not feeling guilty. When we say no, what we're actually doing is teaching people to look for a solution themselves. So I find by not always being available, my staff become better problem solvers. My staff actually chat to each other and they look for ways to actually come up with a solution without me being involved. So that's a positive as well. The other thing, I guess, is that it's teaching them how to manage their time so they can also find a bit of balance between work and life. And if we're always available on the phone, our staff are going to copy us, and they're also going to start to feel tired and unhappy and out of balance as well. So number one is be okay with saying no and being unavailable, turning the phone off from time to time. Number two is try and be present wherever you are. So if you're at work, try and avoid responding to, social messages from your friends about, what are you doing this Friday? Are you available? Do you want to go on holidays in the school holidays? Whatever it might be. If you can, stay focused on those things that are work related until work finishes, and then get back to those people when it's that time. The same thing if you're in and around family and you're at your daughter's soccer practice. Don't be sitting on your phone. Don't be answering your phone. Actually, just be 100% present while you're there. As a good parent, I don't believe you have to actually be at home all day, make their breakfast, walk them to school, pick them up from school, and do 100% of everything for them. Instead, I just think you've got to be present when you are there. And I think if you can just aim for quality and actually set a few standards around that, so learning to be okay, but also challenge yourself to be present, I think that's important. Yesterday, my son's 12. He has applied for a school in Manly, and we actually got up to meet the principal yesterday at 2:00. And I felt really grateful that I've set up a business in a way that has that flexibility, but it also has the ability where I could get there, but also has the ability where we can choose to put him in a school of our choice. And that's come from, I guess, successfully finding that work-life balance along the way. Do I catch myself sometimes, at touch footy practice or in one of the kids' things and being tempted to dive back into work, whatever, 100% all the time. And that's all I challenge you to do is try and catch yourself, try and have some rules around when the phone goes off and on, try and have some rules around when you are 100% at work and when your staff and when your members can reach you. Try and have some rules around when your family and your friends can reach you as well, and making sure there is some time for you as well where you've got downtime and you're not just like making everyone else happy, but you've got time to exercise, you've got time to meditate, to have a breather, have some lunch, and just actually take the earplugs out, turn the music off, and actually sit with your thoughts and digest it. So we're talking about work-life balance. We've spoken about being okay with saying no or turning the phone off. We've spoken about being present. The other thing that I think is just really important is understanding and taking real responsibility for your current circumstances. So if you're currently working 80 hours a week, that's okay. It shows that you've got work ethic and it'll probably help you to a point. What I recommend, but, is as long as you don't blame work, if you sort of believe that life is happening to you, you'll always work 80 hours. COVID is happening to you. You feel like a bit of a victim. You'll never really succeed in that sort of environment. If, however, you go, you know what, I'm choosing to work 80 hours so that I can implement a system, teach my staff how to sell so I don't have to do any sales after 2 p.m. each day. If you're doing 80 hours this week because you're actually setting up a marketing funnel, which will then automate the lead generation so that next month you can be doing 40 hours a week, I think that's a good investment as well. But just understand that it's by choice. So if you're choosing to do 80 hours and you continue to do it, as long as you take responsibility for it and understand that it's only you that decided that 80 hours was the right number. It was only you that last week and last month didn't upgrade your systems and your processes and do enough recruitment to get yourself out of there as well. So I think my third tip there is take 100% full responsibility of your current circumstances. Know that if you are doing the hard yards, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it might be like a temporary fix is that you have to just roll the sleeves up and work Sunday this week so that there is a improvement to your lifestyle moving forward. So I'm Steve from Gym Hub. I've got a ambulance in pursuit, so I want to quickly get out of the way. It's getting a little bit noisy. But I hope those tips have been really useful. Please leave your comment below.